Hi you guys, welcome to my channel. Jennifer here, and I'm here to do my 2-month post-op revision surgery from having VSG to gastric bypass. I had vertical sleeve gastrectomy surgery back in January of 2017. At that time I was 261 pounds, but unfortunately I did have a complication of having severe acid reflux, and so even though I was very successful with my weight loss, we made the decision that I needed to pursue something a little bit more extreme in order to hopefully heal the GERD. So I had 2 months ago, I had conversion surgery to RNY. And if you've been following my channel, you know that I have actually had very little of the effects of having the revision. So I'm sort of in a limbo where I sort of still feel like a VSG surgery patient, but I actually am a gastric bypass patient, so I'm kind of like in this weird limbo. But what I can tell you is that my acid reflux is better, but it's actually been flaring up a little bit more this week. Last week I talked about how I wasn't really taking my medication on a daily basis anymore. I more take just like as needed, but I'm just looking over here and I see that I do have my prescription for omeprazole. And these are just 20 milligram tablets that are prescribed for once a day. So I am actually going to probably start taking these maybe like every other day, because I do not want to take these on a regular basis. That's why I had surgery, to get rid of this. But while we're chatting, I want to make my coffee because I'm going to do a what I eat in a day, because I'm really struggling with losing weight. And so though I did not do the surgery to lose weight specifically, I had gained a little bit of weight back, and so I was kind of looking at it to help with my appetite and help with hoping that the restriction would be enough to where I would feel comfortable eating smaller amounts. I have not found that to be the case. I have found that I can actually eat a little bit more now than I could with my VSG. So for me personally, though I did lose some weight at the very get-go, and so on my surgery date, so let me back up. Before I had the revision surgery, I was actually averaging around 175, and it was starting to creep up a little bit if I wasn't really careful. So I was kind of going 175, 176, and kind of in that range. So what has happened now is I am at 2 months post-op, I have really stabilized at around 165. So I'm fluctuating between 164 and 166. So today I'm 166.0, like on the dot, whereas yesterday I was 166.6, and I think my highest has been up to like 168-ish. But I had gotten down to, I think it was like was it 162? No, like 160, I know, maybe 164 or 163 was my lowest. So I'm kind of, the surgery did help me lose about 10 pounds, and now anything that I lose from going forward from this point is all because of effort. It is not because of, or let me rephrase that. Whatever weight I lose going forward will be because of having the vertical sleeve gastrectomy and my attempts at weight loss and my effort, because I'm not having the same restriction or the same anything different than pre-revision surgery. So while I keep talking, I'm going to make my chocolate collagen drink. You guys know that I drink this every single morning, and I just wanted to point something out. I don't know if you can see that my nails have been looking like unusually good, and I don't know if it's because maybe because my diet has sort of condensed, where I'm eating a little bit more of my body is maybe absorbing the collagen a little bit differently. Maybe it's absorbing it better. I don't actually think I'm drinking more of it than I was, but something has changed to where my nails are, because my nails are very brittle. I don't bite my nails, but they break. And so I'm pretty happy about that. I don't know, and they're not like terribly long, but I've actually been like painting my nails and stuff. And so I'm kind of enjoying that. So let me start this while I talk. So one thing that's going on in my life and your lives too is that a lot of us are in this lockdown. I think, I didn't really look, but I think I'm in week 4 of shelter in place now. And things have gotten a little cray-cray here in California. So, you know, our governor was the first state, or our governor is the first state to order any sort of shelter in place. And every couple weeks, he has restricted things more and more and more and more and more. And so we just got another order. Now, if you live in California, you already know this, but he restricted it even more. So I'm just going to pour my hot water into, now we can't go to the parks, we can't go to the beach, you can't even surf. Not that I surf, but I live in a county that has beaches, and so people can't even surf. I mean, it's kind of sad that, you know, a few people kind of blowing it has kind of affected everybody now. So we're having a big problem with our grocery stores now. Like my daughter went to the grocery store last night, and there was literally a line to get into Safeway. Now, there have been lines to get into Costco. That's been standard ever since this started. But to get into Safeway, she had to wait in line. And then you now have to, they have like arrows, like with tape in Safeway to go one directional through the aisles. So you have to like weave your way through the aisles. And they've got it marked off to where you have to stay 6 feet apart. And my daughter actually was confronted by a lady. So she was going correctly down her aisle, and a lady was coming from the wrong direction, because this is brand new, this directional thing, and actually told my daughter to like stop and back up and give her room so she could walk by. And my daughter, oh, and we have to wear masks. Well, I guess it's optional, but everyone kind of is. And actually, let me show you this. Well, let me finish my story. And so this lady actually confronted my 23-year-old daughter about giving her space so she could walk by at the grocery store. And here my daughter's wearing a mask. She is going on her direction. And of course, my daughter kind of was so shocked by it. She just sort of like was like, okay. And she just sort of like got out of the way, and the lady walked by. But it was like, is that what we're coming to, where we feel like we all have like cooties or something? I don't know. And I understand about trying to protect ourselves from this terrible virus, but she was wearing a mask. The other lady was not wearing a mask, I don't believe, because my daughter didn't mention she was wearing a mask. So my daughter was in the right, and it was just like that. But that's what things are coming to in the grocery store. And we live in a very quiet area, so that's really like unusual. But there's a new thing at my work where we have to wear a mask. And so these are the masks that I had bought from just Amazon. And you just wear them, and they just kind of go, you know, over. And I don't want to use this one, but you pull it out, and it kind of goes, you know, it goes over. Well, someone in authority in my life, who is a very nice person, saw me at work, and she was like, oh, that just won't do. So she sews. So she went back to her office, and she came back, and look what she gave me. And it's so ironic. But so look at what she gave me. Look, can you see that? So it spreads out, and so it's a mask when we put it on. So it's a little bit big, and I do need to like kind of size it. But so this is what I look like at work now. But look it's cupcakes. And why I say it's so ironic is because I'm gonna go low carb again in order to get my weight kind of down. And so of all things, cupcakes, the one thing that I cannot eat. But I just thought that was funny. But I thought that was very sweet. But that is something new that at my work we are required now. Well, okay, let me rephrase that. We're not required, but it's highly suggested. And to be honest, if anyone walks in without one, they're going to get like shamed to the point where they're going to have to put one on. And I don't say that would be coming from me, that would be coming from management. So everyone's feeling very pressured. So it's like here we're talking to each other, standing like across the room from each other with our masks on, and it's just it's a new experience. Even talking on the phone, because we answer phones, we have to have this mask over our faces. But let me finish making my drink. It is 8 o'clock in the morning today, and what I have been doing is I have been doing intermittent fasting, and so I have not been eating anything until 10 o'clock. I have found that to be completely ineffective. That at this point in my journey, it did not affect my weight one iota. The only thing that's been affecting my weight is carbs. So yesterday, I mean, I was perfect. No, I'm not really watching my macros. I'm just doing low carb. I've done low carb I've done on and off for, gosh, maybe 6 years. And so I'm kind of used to it. Now, one thing is that now that it's not easy to go to the grocery store, I have to just use what I have. And so it's going to be a little bit more of a challenge. I also, eating low carb, so new from having the revision surgery, is I can't eat a lot of like big chunks, like solid meats. And so I'm going to be eating a lot of tuna salad, egg salad. For breakfast, I'm just going to like fry up like an egg, sticking with my collagen with, I always add like a little bit of half and half. And something else, oh my gosh, I don't know if you guys are Amazon shoppers, but I am out of my, my favorite salted caramel Torani syrup. And let me show you what I'm talking about. So I always add these syrups to my collagen, and this is one that is maple bourbon pecan, but this one is very sweet. And so I will use this one for now, but my favorite is the salted caramel. Well, I can't go to Marshall's, I can't go to Ross, they're all closed right now. And so I ordered them a week ago from Amazon. And so I had to pay extra, but it's well worth it because it's something that I drink every single day. And it's not going to be here until April 14th, even though it's being shipped directly from Amazon. So that is so like, it's just, you know, I don't want to be a baby about it. And I realize how privileged we are and how sort of spoiled we are by things like Amazon and being able to hop in the car and go run down to Marshall's or Ross to get these things. And you sort of start appreciating, you know, some of the little things that we kind of really took for granted. My bed sheet, this is like way personal, but my bed sheet ripped. And so my husband, he keeps like, have you gone on Amazon and ordered us new sheets? Well, I'm very much of a textile person. I want to feel the sheets that I buy. And so this rip that started out this big is now like this big. I should have just sewn it up temporarily. But you realize that there's a lot of little things that we do that we used to do in our days that it's just not as possible to do those things. So that's kind of where we're at for now. And so what I'll do is I will come back and I will show you maybe later on like what else I eat in the day, or I could just, you know, I can just tell you actually. Let me show you. So what I've been doing is a little bit of more meal prep. So I have prepped some turkey, some ground turkey with some taco sauce or taco seasoning with a little bit of onion mixed in. And then, so for dinner, I'm going to be having some ground turkey with a little bit of shredded cheese on top. I'm going to add a little bit of salsa and a little bit of sour cream and a little bit of lettuce. And that will be like a little taco salad for dinner. And for lunch, I have made up some egg salad. And so I'm just going to have that. And I'm just going to try to cut out snacks. And I'm just going to do my breakfast, lunch, and dinner. See how that goes. If I do get hungry, what I'm going to have is I have got many shakes, and so I will either have one of my Premier Protein. This one is coffee latte, or I also have salted caramel Quest. And actually, here, let me show you. I mean, I have so many that it's not even funny, like how many shake options I have. I've got the Atkins chocolate, I've got Quest vanilla, but my all-time favorite is, let me see. Oh, and of course I don't have one in the fridge because I drank it. But my very favorite, and hopefully I'm not out, but I drink a lot of shakes, and my very favorite is the mocha latte. Now this is a caramel Premier Protein. These things are really good. And I'll have to go downstairs in my storage to get more of the mocha latte. The Atkins, those are my absolute favorites. But I think that just sticking to the 3 meals a day, a snack will be a shake of some sort, and see how it goes. Now I did this yesterday and I lost half a pound. So yesterday I was 166.6. Today I'm 166.0. So I guess it's worth a try. And you know, I kind of feel better because I didn't eat any carbs yesterday, so I think it's kind of good for me too. So I guess that's it. I hope you can't hear my cat. My cat's been crying this whole time. Darn cat, can you hear her? Oh my gosh. I hope you guys can't hear that. But because she wants to get into my bedroom with the doors closed. But anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. If you have any suggestions for easy things I could do for keto without going to the grocery store, I have kind of limited basic foods. So if you know of like a really easy recipe, I would love to hear it. Or if you have any sort of recipes of maybe like adding something to one of these shakes, I would love to hear it. And you know what else? I would love if you put down below where you live, like what state you're in, and whether or not you're in shelter in place too, because we're kind of all in this together, right? So I think I've got like supposedly ours ends May 5th, I think it is. Or maybe it's May 3rd, one of those. So I've got a couple more weeks. Anyway, hope you guys are doing well. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and like, and I will see you guys next week. Okay, bye.